You want to be making like 3 videos a week, minimum.
The logic works. You're moving to Thailand to become a YouTuber, and you can do it. There's some things that I should point out before you start though. Some of those things will be hurdles, and some of those hurdles will be easy to overcome, and some of them will be a little bit more challenging. Why listen to me? Am I successful? Point 1, what is success based on? Is it based on subscriber count or number of views that you receive or the quality of your productions? Or number 4, is it based on how much revenue you can make per month? There is one very simple answer to that, and that is number 4, if you intend on having YouTube be a source of revenue for yourself while you're here. In summary, subscribers don't matter, ego does not matter. The only thing that matters if this is an income source for yourself is revenue. I want to ask Adam about timeline for success. How many videos do you have to make before you start making that?
A lot. I actually looked back at some of my old stats just recently, and I saw it took me 60 videos to get to 2,000 subscribers. And by that point, you're not making much money at all. So 60 videos, I would have thought at least 50 to get any kind of traction.
Examining the trajectory of those kings of COVID, guys and girls that were here in Thailand, vlogging, honing their craft all through the period of COVID while everyone else in the world was stuck at home. Channels like Retired Working For You, CB Media, Mickey Stotch, Ken Abroad, 2 Passports, Nick Dean, Jonny Something Happening, Buzzin Pattaya. Those fantastic channels were all here working very hard during that period to get where they are now. They are very big shoes to fill. The work ethic that it would take for someone like me to catch up to those people, it's completely beyond me. It's never going to happen. When you first started your Keis One channel, do you remember making your first ever video?
Oh yeah.
You remember it?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many views it got after say a week?
Oh, you put out videos and they'll get like 60 views, 70 views.
70 views, not 70,000.
No.
What about those channels that seem to have 500,000 subscribers and their video has got like 500,000 views and they've only done 10 videos? What's going on with that?
I feel a lot of the time they've done more videos, they've just removed them. People will often remove the weaker videos on their channel so that the channel looks bigger and then you're more appealing to brands.
Appealing to brands. Okay. While we're on the topic of work ethic, that's probably something that I should address straight off the bat. I've just spent a whole week staying at Keis's house in Bangkok. So this is the first chance that I've had the opportunity to be a fly on the wall and observe what he does in a normal week, not when he comes to Pattaya and we go riding bikes and go out drinking, no, like a normal work week for him. I was astonished at his level of focus. At 9 AM, he is up in the office, checking his emails, responding to brand sponsorship emails, and then after that, he's on to editing and researching new cinema techniques and researching future video topics. After that, he's out shooting. After shooting, he's straight back home, straight back into the studio for more editing and more business emails and planning. And between meals, he might do this right up until 11 PM. And he pretty well does this 7 days a week. Do you have any other wisdom you'd like to share with us newbies?
Just consistency. You need to be, if you want to be starting a new channel, you need to be making videos at least a few.
How often?
If you're a new channel, I'd be making, and you want to take it seriously, I'd be doing it at least every second day. Every second day, you want to be making like 3 videos a week, minimum.
Okay. How about making one long, high quality one per week?
Well, if it takes you 50 videos to get any traction, that's going to be a year.
Oh, so it comes down to...
The more videos you have, the more opportunities people have to find you, the more you're out there in different niches, the more chance you have of discovery.
I thought I worked hard, but after this week, I can see why he's almost at 100,000 subscribers and I'm barely at 10,000. And that's focus. And honestly, that is the requisite work ethic to stand out in an oversaturated YouTube market such as Thailand, if you want to earn anything beyond just, say, rent and food money. And I guess that's really the trick. You have to overcome the oversaturation here in Thailand. So only 1% of YouTube channels become monetized. And of those, really only 1% of that cohort is earning enough money to call it a good earning, a good living. And me, I am not in that 1% of the 1%. With 2 to 3 videos a week, I'm earning about 25,000 baht a month from YouTube, which is, as I said, pretty well just enough to pay for rent and health insurance and food. So YouTube revenue alone is not enough to survive here. One has to branch out into brand deals, affiliate programs, unofficial sponsorships, and other related income streams. And it's going to take the algorithm quite a while to understand what you're all about and then match you with the audience that wants to watch that.
And it's not going to show it to everyone. Like, there's tiers, and you constantly you get shown to who's within your little bubble, and your bubble is constantly growing.
And what about making videos about bars and dancing girls and those kinds of things? Filming that kind of stuff and trying to monetize it on YouTube eventually will very early on will not work. Those videos will be demonetized, which means that people will be able to see them, watch them still, but you'll earn nothing from them. That's because YouTube now, more than ever, over the last 8 years, has become much more a family-friendly platform. I want to say a few words about longevity and being yourself on camera. If I'm trying to be something other than myself on camera, I'm going to burn out so fast. And on that note, if I'm investigating and covering topics that I'm not interested in, then it is going to very fast become an uphill battle, and I'm going to tap out. Being yourself, speaking in your own accent, not trying to play a character or a role, is the key to longevity. Now, here's a fascinating topic: niching down. So at the moment, YouTube favors channels that are easy to recognize. Sawadee. So as a new YouTuber in Thailand, it's tempting to niche down in order to get your channel on its way out as quickly as possible. But beware of niching down too deeply, too fast. If I, for instance, start making videos solely about walking street, and I garner an audience who's interested in watching videos about walking street, then YouTube will put my channel and the audience together, and then there's no backing out of that. I may travel to Saigon and try and do some travel videos about Ho Chi Minh City. Alas, it's too late. Your channel has niched down into that walking street, a nightlife, a bar scene. The YouTube algorithm has pegged you as that. And then if you try and branch away from that, your original viewership will likely not be interested in those new videos, and the YouTube algorithm will see their response and think to itself, okay, there's something wrong with this video. We won't share them any longer. There's something wrong here. When you start your channel, YouTube doesn't understand what it's all about, so it can't match you with an audience yet. If you keep making videos on the same topic, eventually they'll find their way into the sphere of audience who passionately binge watch Thailand content. YouTube will begin to learn what your ideas are about and slide them under the noses of viewers it thinks may be interested. Essentially, YouTube tests the waters by showing you to the next bracket of viewers. Initially, your viewer circle may be 100 potential viewers. If you have success within that circle, then it may begin showing your videos to the next bracket. Now, it watches how your first bracket responds, and it clocks the length of time people watch for. Now, if viewers are watching to the end, the algorithm thinks, oh, this is a good video. We'll share it with, say, 2,000 viewers and see if they click on it and watch it. This cycle repeats over and over, and if your content is of a high enough quality with valuable information or entertainment, it will get passed under the noses of 10,000 potential viewers and then 100,000 potential viewers. But here's the caveat. It will always show your video to your core audience first, your original audience. Now, if the video doesn't satisfy them, the algorithm will see that and will not share the video to any wider bracket. The likelihood of reaching those outer brackets with millions of potential viewers early on in your channel's lifespan is quite low. That's why quality and consistency is really essential. Let's address putting ourselves out there on a public forum for critique, for all and sundry. The comment section is what drives the algorithm. It drives the success of your video and your channel. It's an essential aspect of channel growth. And rest assured, no matter who you are, everybody receives a whole gamut of comments. Most of them are very positive, some of them will be horrible, of course. In my case, when I arrived in Thailand and I started my YouTube, I did not have any filters on my channel, so every morning I would wake up to 25 to 50 messages or comments saying, "Go home, Aussie, piss off." It's not a great way to start the day. So I nipped that in the bud very early on. I turned my comment filters onto strict, I put keywords in there. It's all automated now. I don't see any nasty comment. The YouTube algorithm is pretty crafty. If someone tries to type Aussies suck or something like that, it won't show up. YouTube will see that, it will bury the comment and it will essentially bury the viewer as well. But every now and then, one will, of course, slip through the cracks. I got a doozy in my personal Facebook inbox the other day. I'm going to throw it on the screen. Now, this one was funny because the comments were incredibly inaccurate. They were all the opposite of the truth. But it's an example of the phenomena of when you put yourself out on the public domain, creeps will come out of the woodwork. And even though I have a tiny channel, when I go out in Pattaya, particularly around Soi Buakhao and Shritown, I do get recognized. And it can become slightly exhausting, even though I'm an extrovert. Let's talk about the creative drain, coming up with ideas day in, day out, without just replicating exactly the title and thumbnail and theme of what other people have done. The result of doing that will be limited channel growth. Coming up with these ideas, it does take a huge amount of creativity and forethought. I come from an artsy background. I've been building and drawing and painting things since I was like 3 years old. And back in Australia, I was obsessive about graffiti art. And I've swapped up that obsession, that creative sort of focus, to making videos. And I'm lucky that I've fiddled around with video cameras since I was 14. I've used Photoshop for probably about 23 years now. But coming up with ideas and filming pretty creative scenes, it does take a bit of like creativity. What's your advice to someone that's just arrived in Thailand? They have savings in their bank, but at some point those savings are going to run out, and YouTube revenue is going to be what keeps them here in the long term. So what one piece of advice would you give to someone who's just got off the plane, they've got themselves a condo, they've got the latest camera, they have some ideas, where do they start?
Don't go out partying, don't do anything else, just make videos and make them every single day. I came here and I made a video every single day because my mentality was if it failed, I wanted to be sitting on the plane on the way home thinking there is nothing more I could have done. Whereas if you sit back in and respectively go, oh, you know, that 1 week bender I went on, I could have made videos and one of them could have been the viral hit. You never know which one's gonna take off. The video that did the best for me, I almost didn't make it. So if I'm just coming out here, new advice, make a video every day.
What did I do when I first arrived?
The opposite.
I partied and then got a job as a bar manager.
Ran out of money.
Yeah, and ran out of money. The logic works.